been at Chocolatl for 20 plus years. Been here forever. And at the end of every night, we go back into the kitchen and we all make cocktails with the leftovers and the bit of booze that we have around. And this has been going on ever since I started here. And then one night, Diana, as we're all drinking our cocktails, says, "Why don't we have cocktails on the menu?" And it was a bit of a light bulb moment for all of us. Yeah, why don't we? These cocktails taste amazing. Shouldn't we put them on the menu? And that is how our cocktails were born. Welcome to Tingledom. When we decided that we were going to actually put cocktails on the menu, we decided that we needed to go far and wide to look and see what sort of chocolate cocktails people make. We had one that we knew definitely had to be on there. It's the Chocolatl favorite, and I'll get to it last. I have 3 to tell you about today. But for the other ones, we wanted to go out and see what other chocolate cocktails are people drinking. What can we do to marry chocolate and alcohol in the best way? And we started our search. As luck would have it, I was booked in for an eye exam with Dr. Yesterton. When I went in, I asked her, as I was asking everyone at the time, if she knew of any chocolate cocktails. Now, she didn't drink this one herself, but she said her sister, Leslie Yesterton, secretary to Queen Flyby, loves a chocolate martini. Well, we followed up with her. We found out what recipe she uses, and Diana went crazy with it, tweaking and altering it here and there, and thus was born the Dark and Fluffy. Dark and Fluffy is a play on a martini, so it's served in a martini glass. It's not quite a chocolate martini because Diana really wanted to change things up a bit. So let me refer to my notes because we haven't actually released the menu yet, so I'm not really that good at remembering right now. So it has sweetened vodka. Now, a lot of our ingredients are sourced right here in Tingledom, or at least from the island. The vodka is not. It's imported from Russia. Don't mess with the best, so Diana says anyway. I still think we'd be able to make a good one, but... So in the martini we have that sweetened vodka. I love the sweetness of all of these cocktails, can I say? I love a good sweet cocktail. Then we have our chocolate liqueur. Now, this is a blend. We have Tingledom chocolate liqueur and Bailey's chocolate liqueur. As I'm sure you know, up in the northwest of the island, there are cocoa trees. I don't really call it a plantation because they are planted just right there in the middle of the rainforest. So rather than clearing anything else out. It lends a very unique terroir to the chocolate, and it's my favorite chocolate, but Bailey's have done a pretty good job as well, so we use a blend of liqueurs in our cocktails. Then there's a bit of cream, so this is a delightfully creamy, boozy chocolate cocktail. Cream comes right here in town, over at Farmhouse Gold Dairy in the west of town, where there's a little bit more of those rolling hills, bucolic farmland scenes, but still within the town limits. Fresh, very fresh. Yeah, Diane is actually good friends with them, so we're one of the first deliveries of the day. Get the best. Now what makes this the dark and fluffy is the mini marshmallows on top. They come from a patisserie over in the east of Tingledom. They make the marshmallows. Diane actually doesn't get on well with them. So it's Dan, one of our waiters. He's good friends with some of the ladies over there, we'll say. And so he gets the marshmallows for us, and they are so light and fluffy and beautiful. Nothing like those packaged ones you get. They are perfection, and the chocolate martini comes together magnificently. Dan is also a key player in our next cocktail, the chocolate Margarita. Perhaps should have a more fun name, but because it's quite unique to have a chocolate Margarita, we're giving it that name for now, with the caveat that once it blows up and everyone loves it, we might give it a more fun name. So Dan, he is very popular with the ladies in Tingledom, not just at the patisserie. Anyway, he was out one night and they were getting drinks. He ordered a strawberry margarita, and we were in the middle of our search, of course, for cocktails. And from the stories I hear, he'd had a few by this point in the night, and he was just imagining, well, what if instead of strawberry it was chocolate? And from that drunken stupor, the chocolate martini was born. It took Diana a lot of tweaking. The mix with tequila when it doesn't have juice, the taste of the tequila can come on a bit strong. The ice can make it a bit watery, so we had a lot of failed attempts, but Diana was persistent and she came up with a lovely final addition. This has Blanco tequila. You have to have tequila in a margarita. Of course, this is served in a margarita glass. It's got chocolate, liqueur, cream, and it's got the flavor very slightly almost of chocolate orange, because the way she was able to incorporate that tequila was a splash of orange juice and lime juice. Genius she is. Now, instead of salt around the rim, it's sugar and cocoa powder topped with shaved chocolate. Now, we've tried all sorts of garnishes. It's a garnish we like best, but we'll probably have a few We tried chocolate chips, brownies, orange slices. We did try salt. It wasn't that good, but it did make us briefly imagine of a salted caramel margarita, which I think would be really lovely, but doesn't quite fit in with the theme of chocolat. So, and then for our last one, a little bit of a surprise. I have one for you. I didn't put the maraschino cherry on top. I know you don't like them. So this is our Death by Chocolate. Here you go. Give it a try. Enjoy that. The story, however, behind it is not quite as cutesy and fun as the other two for our Death by Chocolate cocktail. And for those of us who know about the origins, we understand that the name has two meanings. Death by Chocolate obviously is a name for something that has so much chocolate it makes you feel like you're going to die because of how good it is. But if you saw Diana's stare when she came in and then began the creation of this cocktail, you'll understand there's a second meaning to the word death. Our ice cream is delicious. Diana makes it every day. She's making either one of the delicious chocolate flavors of ice cream. It's hand churned. It is made with love. She comes back into the kitchen, and we could all tell from her demeanor she was not happy. And she wasn't happy because, well, the customer had ordered the ice cream, and there was not even a single spoonful taken out. It was untouched. So Diana was pretty upset about this. And she just starts slamming things together. I can't even remember what she put in the first time. She put the ice cream in. I think she put in some very generous amounts of coffee liqueur, chocolate liqueur. I don't even remember. She pops this in the blender. She puts it, and she basically chucks it straight. And the rest of us are thinking this looks pretty good and we want to drink it the dregs. So we do, and we think this is amazing. And that is where the Death by Chocolate was born. We started having it every night, but Diana was always tweaking it, wanting to improve this. Oh, I think it needs a little more of this, a little less of this. After that initial rage inspiration, she wanted to improve the craft, and boy, did she. So the final iteration, which you have in your lovely hand, it's 1 cup crushed ice, 2 scoops of our lovely hand-churned, made with love chocolate ice cream. It has our chocolate liqueur and a touch of chocolate syrup, just to bring a little sweetness. We have coffee liqueur, and then the addition of a creme de cacao liqueur. The blend is really what brings that together. It a splash of vodka, and it is traditionally garnished with a maraschino cherry on top of whipped ice cream. No, not just whipped cream, this is whipped ice cream. It makes it really cool. It's a great cocktail for summer. It's great all the year around, really. It's delicious. But we've substituted out some chocolate shapings for you. I know I actually really like that. I might suggest that to Diana. Oh, I just really like the cherry. It's so beautiful, but I did love the way that looked as it came together. So, that is the story of our 3 cocktails. Now that you've finished your death by chocolate, yeah, I can see you're a convert. Diana was very upset with that customer at the time, but we all since have honestly been so grateful to that customer for delicious cocktails have ensued. Now can I get you another cocktail?